Ladles and jelly spoons, how the devil are you? I love that music. I know you hate it, but I love that music. I had to go and get a drink, that's why. This is Tim down for living with Tenerife. Living with Tenerife. Living with MS in Tenerife.
Living with a mess.
Living with a mess in Tenerife. This is Christina. Living, well, she is the mess I'm living with. And you're watching Balcony Banter. Hello, ladles and jelly spoons. Hello, Christina Lee. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Cool, dude. We have already 40 people watching and 11 thumbs up. So they must like the music. They must like the music. How the devil are you? I'm going to move my camera a little bit further away so we're about the same size. Headshot. There you go. Cool, dude. Welcome to Balcony Banter. If it's your first time here, there's no walks, there's no talks about football. There's basically, it's just us on the balcony having a relaxing evening and inviting you to our home, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're in our home. So welcome, one and all, to our balcony. I'll just use Chris's camera here to show you the beautiful sunset that's hanging on there. You can't really see much, I don't think, but it's shining off the sea there. We usually get the sunset going down over the mountain, over the mountains of La Gomera. And let's just get this back where it was. There you go. Over the mountains of La Gomera for the next couple of months, or next month, and then next month it'll go down over the building, which is good because that means in summer we get an early sunset because it's really hot. So, well, hotter. It's hotter, haute couture, hotter. So let's see what you guys are saying. I don't know what happened here, but in one of the things it worked is right, and one of the things it's not. I think I'm going to change it. There we go. There we go. So let's go all the way to the top. Jeff Daniels on. Craig can't make it, I'm afraid. He's got something to do. Ian Owl's on. Anne Marie's on. Jeff is on. Scott's on. Good evening. It's tea and Tim time. You're having tea and Tim, are you? Tea and tonic. David Kelsey's on. Anne Marie. Colin Lawton says good afternoon. Hope you're both well. Everybody's talking to each other. Denise is on. Jeff is on. Gary Dev. I thought it was late. Went on YouTube. Kids by mistake. We could do that. We could do YouTube Kids. And Eddie Reed. Tracy's on. Steve's on. Yep. Una, mine's on. Michelle T. Tracy says, what is for dinner tonight?
Pizza
And what type of pizza do you want?
with anchovies and pineapple.
I've already done the dough. I did it the other day. If you go back on our Instagram posts, you'll see a flatbread with boiled egg and chili. Wasn't it chili sauce? Boiled egg, chili sauce, and something else. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so I froze some of that dough, and we're going to use that as a sort of a pizza dough. Now, it won't be a hard pizza, I don't think, because it's made with milk instead of olive oil and water. So it's going to be like a naan bready type pizza. So we're going to have artichoke hearts, garlic, and black olives. Do you want thin slices of tomato?
I thought we were having anchovies and
I
pineapple.
thought you sent me out to get artichoke hearts.
Well, that was your idea
All
because
right.
you thought I wanted
We can have anchovies and pineapples as well if you want.
But now you're gonna get a lot of thumbs down.
What, for anchovies and pineapples? This, I tell you what, if you've never had it, you can't say anything. If you've had it, you will probably love it. And if you've had it and you don't like it, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's a little bit salty. But then again, you can drink more. Guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. Talking about drinking more, I'll get you the bottles in a minute to show you what we got as presents. That is amazing. It's amazing.
That was the best present
There you
ever.
go, there you go. Tony Tabaro's on. Denise and Denise, Una, Jeff and Ian, Michelle, Marie Alti's on. Una, Anne, Marie, Denise, Michelle. Basically, we could just like go now, right? And they'd be quite happy just chatting amongst themselves.
But now, I
Okay, the end is near.
gotta say something.
Okay, Mrs. Dowd, are you gonna tell? Are you gonna tell me? Or are you gonna tell them?
Tell them
There you go.
I wanna give a big happy birthday again to my dear cousin Margaret, who's 60 today.
Margaret, happy birthday, Margaret.
And 3 months to go for me, so
Exactly. You're 59 and a few months, aren't you?
yeah.
I'm 21 and a few months, so about 500 months, maybe. I don't know. Cool, dude. On antibiotics, oh dear. Everyone's got a chest infection. Right. I think they're free on the NHS chest infections, aren't they?
It might be antibiotics as well, because they prescribe them so often.
They do, yeah, for everything, don't they, in Britain? That's terrible.
Here in Tenerife as well.
No, do they?
They,
I've never had an antibiotic I didn't need.
they made you think you needed them.
It could be. It could be. My sister self-medicates antibiotics.
That's not good.
That's not good, no. You become resistant then, and you were 70. You look stupid dying of nothing. But there we go. So what's going to happen tonight? What's happening tonight is we're going to have a chit chat. Christina and I are going to reminisce a little bit. Last time we were up to the point where we got married and we'd moved into Landshutterstraße and I'd shown you where we are and that I was on the bike and getting the bus to work and stuff like that. But it wasn't long after we got married, which was June 91. Yeah.
Yeah.
28th.
Yeah.
June 28th, 1991. So that means this June we'll have been married 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Exactly. Jesus lasted 33 years, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 33 years. And a year and 3 months later, our daughter arrived.
Yep.
Proper little Catholics, weren't we?
The thing was, I thought you wanted a baby.
And I thought that you wanted
Yeah.
a baby. There you go.
And the other
I'm
thing,
glad we have got her now. In case she's
very
watching.
good. And the other thing was, all of a sudden, lots of our friends of the Irish shop got babies.
Nothing to do with me.
And I thought, okay, maybe it's time to have a baby.
Exactly.
But I was a baby myself, really.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't cope at the beginning. I thought you just have a baby who lies in bed and sleeps. I didn't know that this baby would cry so much.
Yeah, that bit where they lie in bed and sleep doesn't start till they're 16.
Probably.
Okay, JJ is asking a question. Good evening, Tim and Chris, and all in the chat. What is the weather like today? There, I'm over the end of June, hoping to meet up. It's 21 degrees in the shade. It was 18 this morning. It's now 23 on the balcony, but we're usually a couple of degrees cooler than down by the pool or in the village. So I'd say it's 24 at the moment.
But if you come in June, it will definitely be a lot hotter.
Yeah, definitely be a lot hotter in June. I mean, it hasn't dropped below 20 degrees all year up until last week when we got the north winds in. And if you look at zoom.earth, Can we do that here? Let's have see if we can do that here. I'll go to zoom.earth. So ZOOM.EARTH. Zoom.earth. And now if I go and turn that live, which I think is this one. No. Let me go to source, share screen, and show current application. Can you see that now? I think you can. I think you can. So this is zoom.earth, and we're here down the bottom, so we can do that and that. There you go. So at the moment, you see we've got this big cyclone or anticyclone to the north of us. So that's bringing basically northwesterly winds down. If I turn the wind on like this, you'll see it's coming from at the top there, and it's pretty cool. So you'll actually see, let me just zoom out so you can see what's happening. So this is an anticyclone because it's going backwards. It's a depression, a low, just over out the west of Ireland, which is bringing cold air down very low. And we've got this cyclone. There's also low pressure out by America, which is pulling it back. So basically, it's a faux high, if you like. So the wind's coming from the north and making us cooler. But that shouldn't be too long. That shouldn't be too long. Okay, but it'll bring cool air to this area and hot weather to this area. So as you can probably see, it's if we go to the temperature here, you'll see it's cooler over Britain and Western Europe than it is over Eastern Europe. And here we've got sort of in the middle there, maybe in the 20s, which is about right. So I hope you can see that. So give me another thing in the comments if that works for you. Over with my son Tim, would love to meet up with you guys. The easiest way to meet with me is to go to timothydowd.com/events and just reserve a day, either a walk in the morning, or say you're coming to meet up Monday if you want to meet Chris as well, or say you're coming to Freaky Friday if you fancy a beer at the Monte Cristo, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning walk. So that's the easiest way to meet. We don't meet people outside those times, mainly because we like to keep it within those times for you guys. Otherwise, we're meeting. Before we did that, we used to go out quite a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was getting a bit too much, to tell you the truth. So if you want to meet up Monday, it's great to have a crowd there, like we did a couple of weeks ago. And Freaky Friday is good. I mean, you don't get a lot of time with me, but it's a good. If there's a crowd of us, it's pretty cool as well. And also, if you like bingo and sticky 13, it's not too bad. And cheap beer, of course. And if you're a bit of a fitness or you fancy a coffee, let's go for a walk in the morning. If you got a mobility problem, then you can book a morning walk. But say I'm not going on the walk, Tim, but at 9:45 I'll be in this cafe, and then what I'll do is I'll walk somewhere in the area and make sure I'm at the cafe at 9:45. So you can always meet up, whatever what happens. Or do what Prash did this morning, and bring his own scooter. Scott is asking, Tim, TikTok is on borrowed time, I believe. They have to reach a sale agreement with the US within 5 months now, or it will be banned further from that date. I don't live in the US. It doesn't bug me. And also, it's, yeah, not a problem. Really, not a problem. TikTok, like any of the social media, is just self-publication. And you think you're pushing it out to the world, and you're pushing it out to a little tiny fraction of the world. It's available, right? It's like the British government when they say we have the best health care available. Yeah, everybody has access to great health care. Yeah, I got access to Lamborghinis as well. I just can't afford them. But that's another story. Well, this Tim and Tonic's cold. I've been cold all day actually. Hope I'm not sickening
Yeah,
or
me
something.
too, a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit
It's a
weird,
bit
hasn't it?
better now because the
Yeah,
sun.
but yes, the sun's in it and the wind's dropped slightly. But the wind's been going really weird. It's been blowing that way, then this way, then that way. I think you saw it on the thing. We're in sort of a flux in between two systems and that. Yeah. Yeah, but TikTok, don't worry about it. And I think only America's going to ban it. I don't think Europe will ban it. Unless they just, if they're America's biatch or something like that. I don't know. Edith and Christina, I hope you're both well. Meet Michael Levy last year, brilliant singer. There you go. I don't go watch the singers in the night because we don't really go out, and if we do go out, we don't go to like karaoke clubs and stuff like that. So we miss all that, and of course,
We're
Christine,
boring old farts.
we are boring old farts. We are boring old farts. Simon, Tim, Zoom now has an app for phone and tablets, etc. Really good. I've actually got that, but I'm using the phone to film Chris, so I can't use that. I could have got my iPad, I think, but then I would have needed another cable. I don't fancy doing that. It was quite warm yesterday in Greater Manchester. There you go. Tim Dowd is a weatherman, says Miles. Hi, Miles. I don't remember seeing that name before. If I have, I apologise, but welcome to the channel, Miles. Basically, I came here for the weather, didn't we?
Yeah,
And it wasn't that we liked the sun, it was we liked the constant temperature because it does fluctuate, but not that much.
yeah.
Like where we lived before in Bavaria, tell them about the weather, like,
That was
uh,
really bad.
and how was it bad?
It was boiling hot in summer with no wind and just sticky hot. And in winter it was freezing cold.
So
It's,
minus 15, minus 20.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not anymore. But didn't know that at
No,
that
it's
time.
the it's warming up, isn't it,
Yeah,
in the winter? But we were there. I mean, we remember it minus 40 and the Danube freezing over, don't we?
yeah, and
Wow.
lots of snow.
But then again, in spring, then you got the flooding, and then everybody builds flood dams, so it floods further downstream. So all the people up in Nuremberg built these fantastic flood barriers, and all of a sudden Regensburg was done. So Regensburg built flood barriers, and now Passau's being flooded out. And the,
Yeah, they did as well.
yeah, so everybody's building barriers now along the Danube, in it, and it's just going into
Yeah.
Austria until they start building them, and they'll end up. There'll be rapids till the Black Sea. The Black Sea will overflow, and that'll be in it. That'll be the end of that. My son's in a wheelchair. Still would be accessible where you meet on Mondays. Everywhere we meet on Mondays
Everywhere.
is wheelchair accessible because Chris is in a wheelchair. So everywhere that we go on a Monday is accessible. The Monte Cristo used to be accessible because they got a ramp in the car park at the back, but they put a gate on it now. And it's a hit and miss whether somebody's locked the gate or not. And the other day, I noticed that they'd actually padlocked the gate. So somebody is being a bit of a dick and padlocking the gate. So now what you got to do is to go to one of the either the Indian or the Cow Street or Monte Cristo or the one at the end, which is the Three Horseshoes. That's great if you want a good night out, late drinking, younger crowd, sport and karaoke. The Three Horseshoes. It's also Webby's Manor as well. So if there's any football on, then he'll be in there. But this is one ramp that services the whole thing, and it's not a ramp for wheelchairs, unfortunately. So it's too steep, really, to be classed as a wheelchair access. So therefore, they say that that whole block doesn't have wheelchair access, and that's why they get to lock the gate. So it's designed for bringing the barrels up to the pubs and what have you.
Let's
Um,
just pretend I'm a barrel done.
you just pretend you're a barrel. Well, I can pretend you're a barrel, and I'll tap you. There you go, tapping the barrels. Little Pete got a cold last week. Oh no. Turbulence was pretty bad. John Kaki, says Ian Owl. That's interesting. Webby's on. No pub tonight. Dawn not happy. She's not happy because you didn't go to the pub. Because her two boyfriends had to wait outside. That's what it was. Marie Alty, the Lord is on. Not as cold as it is here. No, it's not as cold as it is there. Deanne Perotta's on from Virginia. Hi, Deanne. I was thinking of you today. We went, we started at Paloma Beach, the walk this morning, and we went down to the beach just by the side of the Arona Gran. So if you imagine going down the side of the hotel you're going to stay in June, and then walking along the front. So that whole walk that we did to the corner bar, which is just before Burger King, that's how far it is to your place. So I think it took us about 25 minutes, and we were sauntering and sitting and chatting as well. So it wasn't that bad. But that was that walk from where we started to where we sat and had coffee. That is direct next to the Arona Grand. So that'll give you a little idea of where we are. But nothing's too far really in Tenerife. I mean, the whole coast is only 30 kilometres long, isn't it? So, Defo Webby's man of my son. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Hi, Tim and Christina. Face red hot. Thank you, Andrew. Every saying hi to Webby. Had some really good food in Little Germany on Sunday night. Probably the best we had, says Una Mines. I tell you, Axel is the chef in that, and his wife Kirsten. They've really got it sewn up. They got a small menu with about 6 or 7 things on it. I mean, if you count all the schnitzels as one thing, because basically a schnitzel's a schnitzel, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
depends what sauce or whatever you put on it. You got the couple of steaks, and the rump steak with the herb butter is to die for. Medium. Don't get it well done. Don't get it rare. Medium. And I used to have rare steaks. In fact, I have rare steaks in other restaurants. But Axel does a great medium steak. It's sort of a medium rare, in fact, isn't it?
And the vegetarian
Yeah, the vegetarian options. They've got the vegetarian
flash
burgers. Yeah, so Fleischpflanzel. And I've also got the stuff that I don't make, which is the Käsespätzle. So Käsespätzle is like you'd make a dough, like a pasta dough, but instead of like flattening it out and cutting it into strips or ribbons or whatever, you grate it with a cheese grater into boiling salted water. And then that sort of like fluffs up and it becomes sort of a grated pasta mass. Then you drain it, obviously, stick it in a plate in a pan with some cheese, melt it, yeah, and serve it with caramelized onions. Mm.
And the dessert is to die for.
You got to get the apple strudel. Save room for the apple strudel. That is fantastic.
That comes with a piece of ice
A
cream
lump of ice cream and some
and some
whipped cream, yeah,
zimt on
and
top.
cinnamon, yeah, very good. So that means you're in the village, Una. Are we going to see you this trip? If you fancy going for a walk, let me know. Or if you're popping over on Friday to say hello. I think you said you were going to stay in one of the hotels in the village. If you're still here, let me know. Yes, I viewed your stream. Yeah, I saw you saw it, but you on one point you said you were confused, you were lost. So I was because I didn't actually show the hotel until I got down the bottom and then looked up just for 5 minutes, or not even for 5 minutes, for 30 seconds. So I was just explaining where it was. It's in a perfect place. Can't wait to meet up with you and Christina in June. Oh, we're taking June off and we're going to Mexico. No, we're not. No, we're not. Don't worry. Ali's on. David Butler. I'm just in from the background now. David, if you're still listening, I don't know what happened today, but if it was you and it was a mistake, I'll turn your spanner back on. But if it wasn't you, I'm going to take everybody's spanner away and then put them back on piecemeal when I get the correct email addresses from you guys. But I'm not going to do anything just now because nothing's happened. So, Anne, if you're listening, if you could just confirm whether it was David that accidentally deleted the message, or on purpose, one of the two, or if it wasn't him, that is something I have to look into. So I took his spanner away just to make sure that nothing happened, just in case it was somebody else sort of like cloning his account. But if it was a genuine mistake, don't worry about it. I'll turn the spanner back on. But if it wasn't, then I need to do something else and drastic measures, I'm afraid. Ali's saying hi. David's saying hi. Everybody's there. Nobody new. Sorry, Tim. I'm home now. Didn't get a chance to meet you. Ah, don't worry. No worries. Next time you're over, my darling. Next time you're over. Okay, there we go. I've got a floater in me thing. I think it came out of the ice. Maybe it's probably a Jurassic egg of a dinosaur.
Oh,
Do you know Tyrannosaurus Rex? You heard of Tyrannosaurus
yeah,
Rex? Have you also heard of a Stegosaurus?
no,
Stegosaurus is like the big sort of like long dinosaur, fat in the middle with a little scrawny neck and a long tail with with points on it. So the tail has got like teeth on it, right? Stegosaurus. And funnily, I've got two stories about that actually. The Stegosaurus, I'll tell the story about the tail first, right? The Stegosaurus has got this tail with teeth on it or horns. And Gary Larson, who's a famous cartoonist, did a cartoon about Thag, who was a caveman, right? Got killed by a Stegosaurus's tail. So they called the Stegosaurus's tail a Thagomizer, right? And that was so popular that the scientific name for the tail of a Stegosaurus now is Thagomizer,
no.
after Gary Larson's thing. The only thing is it's just a cartoon because people weren't alive during the dinosaur era anyway. Which brings me to the second point I wanted to make. I read today that the Tyrannosaurus Rex is closer to us than it is to the Stegosaurus.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the Stegosaurus, the 50 million or 50, no, it's just 50 million, 50 billion, I can't remember. So 50 million years ago, Tyrannosaurus Rex roamed the earth, typically in North America. And the Stegosaurus is 150 million years ago. So there's 100 million years between the Stegosaurus fossil and the Tyrannosaurus Rex fossil. And there's only 50 million years between Tyrannosaurus Rex and us. So we are closer in time to the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the
that's
Tyrannosaurus Rex is to the Stegosaurus and the Thagomizer. You heard it here first. Well, obviously not. Didn't hear it first. What happened to all the spanners? No, I just got rid of one. I just got rid of one. I don't think you can see the spanners on here. I think if you look on, oh, you should be able to see the spanners.
they get pushed into shoes.
Shoes, the spanners in shoes. A shoe spanner. Angry fellows aren't eating all. It's only very rarely I get away from work on a Wednesday early. What's going on here? It's the first time in almost a year. Oh my golly gosh. There we go. Lorraine's on. I'm going backwards now. David, Diane. Home now. We did that one. Okay. So Anne-Marie says David believes he didn't delete it, but there is a chance he accidentally hit his phone on chat while carrying it, so you can keep the spanner back on if that's okay with you two. Okay, Tyrannosaurus Rex is just a kangaroo. I can't put it back on this thing here. In fact, I'm not sure whether I can, but let me just check. No, I can only ban people on here. So I'll do that later. I'll give him his spanner back. I'll do it tomorrow morning. If you're on the thing tomorrow, I can do it live tomorrow. We shall have the ceremony of the reinstate of David Spanner. It'll be reinstate David Spanner Day. Thursday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't think I have. I don't have a thing for tomorrow. Let me just look at this. Oh, we're back on the Zoom. Let's have a look at Calendarly. Calendarly.com. My account. Schwing. Scheduled events. The next one I got is Friday, the 29th of March, which is this Friday. Oh, somebody's coming to Freaky Friday. Let's see who that is. Who's coming? Michael Nari's coming on Freaky Friday. So, and then my next one is in the 18th of April, Thursday, the 18th of April, Ted Whitfield. I'm going for a
Oh,
walk with
that's
Ted.
my mom's birthday.
Your mum's birthday, and he's staying at the Mind Hotel as well. There you go. Cool dude. So I got nobody for tomorrow. So if you're on the island and you want to come for a walk tomorrow, let me know and I'll come round to see you. There we go. We got 1 thumbs down already. Thank you for that. 94 people watching. That's actually a record for Balcony Banter.
Is it?
Yeah. We don't usually get too many people watching in Balcony Banter, but there you go. Love talking dinosaurs. Don't get me on a roll. Now I feel like going to the library and getting the picture books they have. Go to the library. Get your phone out. In fact, Deanne, if you want to get your phone out in a minute, not just now, and go to timothydowd.com/live and press the button, you can come on like a Zoom call. It's exactly like a Zoom call, but it's with us. There you go. I'll open that in a minute anyway if you want to come and chit chat. But Christina is going to take you from our wedding day in June '91 through to the first year of Irish Harp and free.
I think
Oh, we did that,
that
didn't we?
was.
So now she's pregnant and we're invited to a wedding.
Mm.
Remember that one?
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Uh-huh.
Because we were invited. Didn't I tell that?
No, I don't think so. No.
Because being pregnant can't drink alcohol, of course. So at this wedding, before this wedding, we went to a little beer garden and Tim bought a beer for himself.
Like I do.
And I went outside and got me an ice cream at a little place, not knowing that this ice cream was salmonella. So the
Salmon. It was
contaminated.
contaminated with salmonella.
So that meant I got the salmonella while being pregnant.
You got salmonella while being pregnant. And what was the disadvantage there? You couldn't get off the loo.
That to start with, fortunately I didn't have fever, just the runs. And
Just the front.
then it didn't go away so easily. I did have to do tests all the time and they were still all positive. Drank a lot of water, a lot of tea.
It was actually in Germany. It was I don't know if it's like this in Britain or in America, but in Germany you have to register as
Yeah,
it's one of those diseases where you have to register, a bit like tuberculosis, isn't it?
yeah, in the bank.
So it's a registerable disease. You can't just have it. You got to have it and tell the government you got it.
Then my doctor was on holidays and woman's doctor, child gynecologist,
The Scientologist,
that wie sagt man, Gynäkologe von
the gynecologist.
gynecologist. He had to deal with me,
You had a male gynecologist.
of course,
What was his name?
Dr. Schatz.
Schatz. That's German for treasure. So he's Dr. Treasure. And what was his first name?
Rainer.
Rainer, and the Rhine is pure, so he's pure treasure. That's what his name means in English. Rainer Schatz, pure treasure.
He was
He
quite
was a pure
nice.
treasure, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Go on, what did he say?
Yeah, he was a bit annoyed because he had to deal with the 7-Eleven business because
Oh yeah, he had to he had to go in a bubble, did he? To sort you out. And then of course, as the child arrives, she's taken into hospital. Did you get your own room?
yeah,
She got her own room, private room.
wasn't so good. And Stephanie was put in a single room, not with the other babies.
Oh right.
Because in them days,
Mm-hmm.
the children were still at a special station where all the newborn.
That's true.
Don't think they do that anymore.
I don't know. I remember the tell him about the Kreissaal. It was a very modern
Yeah,
Kreissaal, wasn't it? I don't know what Kreissaal is in English. What's the place where the babies are born? I only had a baby in Germany, so I don't know what it's like in Britain. Is it like, pick that up, darling? You know, like on Monty Python.
so the guy's hall was painted really nice and
Yeah, and there was a bath and everything, wasn't there?
yeah,
So you could give birth underwater. There was a bouncy ball, and there
yeah.
was ropes to hang on to, so you go, ah!
But when the baby comes, you don't give her.
Jeez. But the midwife was good looking, wasn't he? There's a male midwife as well.
That was the doctor, basically.
Yeah, but that's the midwife, isn't it? It's the guy who delivers the baby.
Yeah, he was good looking. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was
And it's the
just
first time I heard Christina swear very badly when I was holding her hand saying, "Oh, darling." The best thing was the
you
was
were
the V meter, the
you
V and
looked at
the
the
contractions,
monitor
the contraction monitor.
where they showed the con-
Yeah, you can see the contractions. I could see the numbers going up, and the numbers going up was like,
oh, that's gonna be a
oh, it's
big
going to be a big
one.
one. I was a bastard, wasn't
You were a real bastard.
I? I've changed. I've changed. I've changed.
Definitely changed. Yeah, and Stephanie was alone in this room. I was alone in the other room.
Uh-huh.
The first night they said, oh, we let the woman have a nice rest. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't sleep at all.
No.
No,
Where's my baby? You're saying, where's my baby?
no, no.
Wasn't saying that at all.
I had this kind of a
Postnatal depression.
postnatal depression.
Yeah.
I
Don't want it.
wasn't happy at
Don't
all.
like it. Don't like it. Take it away.
And
Crying
then
all
I
the time.
was in this hospital bed. In the middle of the night,
In the middle of the night.
I heard a bat screaming outside, and I knew that there must be my daughter.
And she screamed for the next 3 years.
Nah,
Incessantly.
just for the first year.
The first year. There we go. Let's have a look at some of the comments that you're saying. Here we go, ladles and jelly spoons. Done the thumbs up. Simon Dale, watch all of your lives and vlogs, Tim, but do like Balcony Banter. It's great to hear yours and Christina's stories. Thank you so much, Simon. Deanne says, I'm off from school on spring break, so I'm able to view the live chat. Cool, dude. Aren't you dancing on tables, Coyote Ugly and all that stuff? Alan's Homemade Vlogs is on. Alan's Homemade Vlogs. That's the guy that does the videos of Arona Gran. So he's really good. But this year, he's again been asked to head up the logistics team at Royal Troon Golf Club for the Open Championships in golf in July, I think it is, July. And him and Webby are collaborating, and Webby's doing a show called the Hole in One Show, is it? He's got two shoes, but a hole in one. And Alan's going to be sending him some footage, but Alan's also going to be putting footage out on his own channel. but they're going to collaborate. That Alan gets to send his out, and then Webby will do a follow up with a reaction video. I think that's the plan. So there you go. Great name, Law. Thanks, Rainer Schatz. We're still at Rainer Schatz. Thanks for the reminder, Anne. There you go. Thanks from us both, says Alan. Hey up, Alan, says Scott. They just they're just called Labour wards. Okay, Labour wards. Yeah, the Labour ward I think is where you're in labour, is it? But don't they take you to a special room to have the kid? The Kreissaal?
Now you're in labor like I saw already.
Yeah, but there's nobody else around, is there?
No,
It's like
it's just you.
just you. You and the baby eventually. Webby says, watching my roving reporter partner is on, Golf's #1 logistics manager. Tim, give us a plug, please. Hang on. I've got one somewhere. Ah, it's in the socket there. There you go. I just did actually. I got Emma Kelly. I love to see you both laughing. Webby boom. And delivery suite. Oh, that's a posh for you. In Dublin, it's the delivery suite. The delivery suite, I think. Yeah. Roger Chan is on. Tim, Christina, hi everyone. Remember Roger? We went to Little Germany with him and his wife Christine.
Ah,
He played the Beatles. He's playing the guitar for the Beatles.
yeah.
It was John Lennon. John Lennon. Fiona's on. Tim, what beers did your friend bring you and Christina? I'm going to put you on your own here for a minute, Chris. You can entertain them while I nip in
Yeah.
and grab 2 bottles. We're not going to drink them though,
No.
but I shall show you.
Can you bring now you can bring the whole grape
I
crate
can bring a crate if you want.
just to show them. Yeah, but I wanted to say I talked to Margaret on the phone, obviously, and then she told me that a friend of hers went down to see the Beatles in Hamburg, and she paid for the entrance 10 marks, which would be half a euro now. It was amazing. And I had an entrance to Alvin D, who was a member of 10 Years After, very famous. And that cost me 14 marks, which would be $7. Ah, seven euros. Here is the gate.
The great crate. Let's see if I can do this without nectaring stuff up. So, ladies and gentlemen,
In,
this is the Kneitinger Brewery. So it says Brauerei Kneitinger Regensburg since 1530.
in real
Don't touch, don't
bottles,
touch, don't touch.
not just cans.
So here we have the Edelpils. So let me just get this up here. Oh my God. There we go. Let me do it this way. That's better. So there we go. So there's 20 bottles in a crate, and we got 3 crates, didn't we?
Yep.
And the light beer, the pills or the lager beer is this one, Edel Pils. It says now Edel means what do I say? Like Lord and Lady Muck, aristocracy. So this is the
Yeah.
aristocracy of the pills, and it says that fine herb Spitzenbier nach dem Reinheitsgebot from 1516. So the purity laws of 1516, and this brewery was founded in 1530. So 16 years later, or 14 years later. And this is the Edelpils. It's like a lager. But this is my favorite. This is the dark beer. Only real with the bock. Now, when you hear bock beer, the bock is actually the male goat. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the bock, and the beer's named after that. So this is the Dunkel, and this is with original Dunkel malts brewed after the purity laws of 1516. So that is the dark one. So I'm going to put this back down now and take the crate.
Oh, drop it.
I won't drop it. Okay.
And I had that yesterday, and it tastes so good. That's why I don't drink beer here. It's got this really intensive taste. Really good. Außer ein Stuhlkrieg.
Also Sturkrug, yeah. The I just want to give a good shout out to Gudrun, Christina's mate and card playing friend, and her man Gunnar, who Gunnar drove a BMW over. He's leaving it here, so he's importing it here, and for a friend of his, and so him and the mate drove here, 3,000 kilometers with 3 crates of beer in the back. 3 crates, that's 60 bottles, that's 30 liters. And because we're in the EU, of course, you don't have to register if it's less than 50 liters of beer. So they just brought it over, no problem. They had to do customs with the car and stuff, but not with the beer, so that was pretty good. Cool,
And
dude.
we're gonna drink it, no problem.
We are gonna drink it. So let's see where we're at. Roger's on. We did that one. Alan Shepherd. Got enough for tonight. How on earth did they get that in the case? It was in the boot of a BMW, so there you go. Craig's on. Hey, glad you made it, Craig. Cool dude. Good evening, Tim and Christine, says Tina Rigby, late home from work, just tuning in. Tina, welcome, my darling. Thank you for all you do for the channel. You're a real good supporter. Thank you very, very much. David Butler, hi Roger. Ali Bennett, what a lovely thing for your friends to do. They were lovely. They were even lovelier because they brought other stuff as well, didn't they? They brought
Yeah,
Dreiergewürz. Let me
yeah.
show that. You're back in the room. I'm going to get the Dreiergewürz.
Okay, I'm running out of subjects. That's the thing we put on chicken and french fries and tastes really good. And she brought a few, so that should last some
Take this,
time.
you brought. And they're good till August for
Oh,
this. I will use it before August, don't worry. So this is the Picantes Geflügel Paprika. So it's designed for chicken, but it's a paprika and other stuff mixture, and it's great for chips. If you put it on your chips, it's a fantastic coating. It makes them, instead of salt and vinegar. If you put this on it, fantastic, isn't it, kid?
yep,
And it's Maggie number 3. So there is actually a Maggie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, isn't there?
yeah,
So the Maggie actually does 6 different. They call them Gewürzmischungen, which is a herb, a no,
mixture.
yeah. What does Gewürz mean? Doesn't mean herb, does it?
Not really, no.
No, spice,
Spice,
spice
yeah.
mixture. So it's salts with iodine, uh, paprika, onion, marjoram, cumin, pepper, uh, garlic powder, rosemary powder, and
Oh,
chili.
Majoran is not marjoram.
Isn't it? Majoran is not marjoram. What is it?
I think it has another name.
Okay. So Majoran in German anyway. Kummel, piment, Knoblauch pulver, rosemary and chili. And the the thing is actually that makes it taste great is the Chinese MSG, monosodium glutamate,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got wheat flour, palm fat. Oh, it's got palm fat. Oh no, it's palm fat aroma. No, it's not palm fat. Aroma from celery, hefe, which is yeast. On it can have traces of egg, milk, mustard, and soya. Oh dear. So it's got monosodium glutamate and palm fat, but not palm oil.
That's good, yeah.
There you go. Oh, and I said all that without my microphone. I hope you could hear me. So, what a lovely thing you've had to do. And Angry Vela says, I only travelled to Hamburg once in my life on a transit to Norway. Most of my friends went to see the famous Reeperbahn, but I was a good boy and watched football at St. Pauli against Mönchengladbach. And Craig says, achoo. Hey, Tim, are you happier living in the sun? Says CL13.
Definitely.
I think it's automatic. I think when you're in the sun, I think you're more laid back, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's to do with vitamin D.
Uh,
The more vitamin D you get, the more laid back you are. I mean, I was pretty uptight living in Germany, wasn't I?
uh,
And when I got here, I really got the manana gefühl, the manana feeling. And manana gefühl, there you go, Spanish and German in one sentence.
mm,
And yeah, so I think that waking up every day to sunshine and eating every meal outside makes a difference to your mental health. And not only that, but we have got such a great view, which I'm going to show you again. Now, here as we are, we got such a great view. It's a sort of a wraparound view. The sea on all sides of the balcony, and there's nothing between us and Florida, Mexico, um, Venezuela, Brazil. There's nothing,
just water.
just water between us, And even if you look through the Hard Rock Hotel, the two towers of the Hard Rock Hotel, that's due south, and there's nothing until Antarctic. There's a bit of a shimmy by Dakar, but nothing till the Antarctic. And so I think mental health and also the vitamin D and the warmth is really, really good for you. I mean, you get less aches and pains, don't you, here?
Uh,
And I get less aches and pains here. I'm waking up and every morning is sunny. It's very rarely that it's not a good day. And as I always say, in if you don't like the weather in Tenerife, wait 5 minutes. Right, I'm going to turn on. Hey, Johnny Vlogger's on. Cool dude. Johnny might come in and say hello in a minute if he's still there. What's the beer you have to pour in the right way? That is wheat beer, and the only reason you got to pour that in the right way is because the yeast is still in the bottom of the bottle. So you pour it quite dramatically into the glass, and then you have to swill the glass round to get the yeast out and dump it in. Then it becomes all cloudy and bitty. It's an acquired taste. Not a lot of people know that. The wind's whipping up and blowing my empty cans away. My tonic zeros. So I'm going to open up the room for guests in a minute. Are you finished talking? Did I hear someone mention beer? Even though just in from patents evening. I think it's parents' evening, is it? Or unless you've been patenting your your inventions there, my old fruit. Back out soon. First, the 7 gigs, and then oh yeah, you got a lot on this weekend, haven't you? Oh, parents, he says, not patents. I prefer the patents evening. Sounds very Einstein. Very Einstein. Call, 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 call. Flying visit, iron a shirt. There you go. Carl, sorry I missed you last night. Your youngest son crashed his... Oh dear. Daddy to the rescue. My dad rescued me after crashing a car. Good evening, getting a shower as I've been wet through 3 times today. Oh dear. That's what you get for working on a golf course, my friend. Jack Bell, totally agree, Tim. Vitamin D is good for you, especially from the sun. Exactly. The sun definitely does half the world of good. Yeah, she was saying, you were telling me that she's feeling a lot better here. Walked more in a week than she did in the last 18 months. Well, I can't wait till you come over again in next year. Simon Hughes, good luck with the channel, like you often for your algorithm. All the best for you and Chris from your followers in Wrexham, Wales. There you go. My sister lives just up the road in Hawarden. And my parents were burnt in Wrexham. Seriously. They don't mess around at crematoriums. Both my parents. Thanks, Tim. My wife has an autoimmune disease and a cold weather in Ireland really affects her. She's feel much better in the sun. Connor here, by the way. We were over the end of Feb back in 2 weeks. Cool, dude. So, Connor, if you want to go for a walk, go to timothydow.com/events and check that out. And if you want to come on now, go to timothydow.com/live and I shall turn the guest feature on now. So if you're waiting in the room, there it is. We'll wait for it to bling before we put the earphones on. Because when we got the earphones on, we can't hear each other, can we? Which is
Right.
weird. Because I've just got the microphones plugged in, and the other stuff, the earphones are just plugged into the earphone jack. So the microphone, I can hear us, but it's delayed, and then you got this. Bleh, bleh, bleh. In fact, let me put it on now just to make sure I turn that off. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2. Yeah, I can hear myself now, but it is delayed. So you put those on and now speak. Now speak. You'll hear yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah,
No, so that's no good. So
that's bad.
we got to turn that off for it to be any good. Let me just crush these. I'm going to crush the can. Crushing a grape. Going to crush the can. So it's open now. So it'll bimmel. What else we got? Let's have a look at the comments. When I hit the tree, I had to reduce his speed so much, only damaged his registration plate. He's totally fine. Oh, cool. Carl, I know exactly how Saf feels. Scary but lucky. Connor, I feel exactly the same. And Emma says, hi, Tim and Christina. Lovely to see you. Thanks for the info for around the Marola Porta Sin. We can't wait to get there. No problem. In fact, if you come out the Marola Porta Sin and go the back road to the Mercadona and that little cafe at the top there, that's Patricia and Raimundo's favourite cafe. It's a beautiful cafe with great coffee and cake. And then you can go down past that, you're straight onto the beach by the Sun King there. So you're right on Las Vistas Beach. Beginning, left is Los Cristianos, right is the rest of the world. So I hope you have a great time.
Hey, you should take me there as well.
To the Sun King.
If they got cake.
Anytime you like, my darling. Anytime you like. timothydow.com/live. All you got to do is take your phone, turn it sideways, press the button. It'll ask you, can we use your camera and can we use your microphone? You say yes, yes. And then you come in, you put your name, you put any name you like, but I'd prefer your real name. And then we'll see what you look like. And if we like the look, we'll let you on. Cool, dude. The sun and dry air helps mobility and many other things. Exactly right. The only thing negative about Tenerife is sometimes the dust. So if you've got a chest infection or you got asthma or you're prone to asthma, when we get these calimas, which we've been getting more often lately, haven't we? There's a little bit of dust in the air, so the particulates in the air are not too fantastic. So all you got to do is make sure to keep your insides damp.
But not just with beer.
Exactly. You sold me the cafe, coffee, and cake there, Yosemite. How can I say no? Actually, from Port to Sin, if you come out the front and take a left, and walk to the next corner. It'll go round, and there's an electronics shop opposite with a car park, and then there's a Mercadon, and right next to it is the cafe. Great cafe, lovely place to sit. Lots of locals there as well, so it's not just a tourist trap, and reasonable prices, I believe. I've only been there twice or three times, I think, for coffee, and I've never paid. I think Tenerife Tez paid one time, and a couple of other guys paid. I can't remember. Can't remember. Hit the thumbs up. timothydow.com/live. Craig, if you want to come on, I'd love to have you on. But if not, it's okay because we're coming up. We only got 4 minutes left anyway, so it would just be a hello. And I can get 10 people at once. So if 10 people want to come in for 4 minutes, we can see whether my computer will handle it or not. In the meantime, you're watching Balcony Banter. There we go. Here we go. I'm pretty cool with this. I'm pretty cool with this. Right. So I think we've waited long enough. It looks like nobody's coming in, which is not a problem. I pay a fortune for this every year to get people coming in, and nobody uses it. No gracias. There you go. Okay. So it is now off. It is no longer on the table because we're going to say goodbye now, aren't we, kid?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have pizza with Dreiergewürz. No, we're not.
No.
Are we having anchovy and pineapple, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want some olives on it as well?
Yeah.
And little thin slices of tomato, I fancy, as well.
Anytime.
We'll do that. We're going to do that. If you're interested in the food, follow us on Instagram, Living with MS Tenerife, all one word, and or Facebook, LWMST, LWMST, Living with MS Tenerife, and you'll see it both on that, or as we say, TikTok, until China hacks me channel, and then I'll be speaking Chinese. How complicated was it to purchase property over in Tenerife? My wife might take you up on that walk. I'll be minding the little fella. We didn't buy, we only rented, and it's dead easy. But if you do want to buy property here and you want an English-speaking estate agent that knows his stuff, then there's two guys actually. There's Andy Ward, who is the admin of I Love Tenerife Facebook group, in fact. Andy Ward, and he is tenerifeestateagents.net, or Simon Sutton George, who's a good lad, and they both know their stuff. Simon's a good friend, so go with him as well. And but Andy Ward sort of gets all the estate agents sort of involved somehow. So he is estateagents.net. So he's got a broader portfolio, I think. And Simon Sutton George has got a dedicated portfolio that he runs himself, and he's very good. He's also active on TikTok and Instagram as well. So he does walkarounds and all that. So Simon Sutton George or Andy Ward, and they will give you the gen on buying property here in Spain, especially if you have an EU passport. So it's easier to get here. Tina saying, see you. I'm off now till Tuesday and the Easter weekend. We'll be watching on Friday. Happy Easter, everybody. Oh yeah, this Good Friday. Are we still doing Freaky Friday? We are, aren't we? I'm still doing Freaky Fridays. Good Friday. I'm only eating fish though.
No.
No.
No fish
No.
either.
God. You see that? I shook my head and my chin went like that. That must be the camera. It can't be me. That's not. I'm young. I need a haircut though. I'm going to cut my hair tonight. I've got a razor. I'm going to get a new razor, I think, next month when the money comes in. The money's coming in. When the money comes in, I'll get a new razor. Bye, Christine and Tim and everyone. Okay, we're going to finish it here. So I'm going to put these on because I'm going to listen to the music because I like the music.
Me too.
Here we go. 2 host out audio. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you. So, ladles and jelly spoons, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. I've got to do that, I can't hear myself. And don't forget that it is Wednesday today, so tomorrow morning I've got a walk on my own. So if you are on the island and you want me to come and get you, let me know where you are. Go to timothygow.com/events. And the other thing you could do is send me of where you want me to go. So if you can't be here but you want to see something, send me an email, me@timothygow.com, and tell me where to go. There you go. Don't forget, Meetup Monday is all about you. If you're on the island any Monday, register for that and we will meet up, have a drink and stuff. Wednesday's balcony banter at 5:55. Walks Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday around about 9 o'clock. And of course, Freaky Friday live at 5:55 in the Monte Cristo. This is Tim.
And Christina.
To live with MSN Tenerife, signing off.